Greetings fellow gamers, I'm the Soulsborne Seeker and I'm back with a new video showcasing 15 upcoming indie Metroidvania games you probably haven't heard of, expected to release sometime in 2024 or later. Before we start, as always, a kind reminder to please consider subscribing to the channel if you end up enjoying this content, since it will help me reach even more people and spread the knowledge far and wide. And now, without further ado, let's dive into it. We begin our journey with Divine Guardian V Than, an action-adventure Metroidvania title that draws heavy inspiration from Vietnamese mythology and folklore. The game transpires in a world that used to be under the divine protection of the gods, who kept humans shielded from the demons and malicious spirits that would otherwise prey upon them. That was until a catastrophic event known as Ruination Day led to the vanishing of the deities, leaving humanity unprotected, with humans now forced to fend for themselves against the predators lurking in the dark. You take on the role of the Divine Guardian, an enigmatic figure that awakens with no memory of his past but driven by a strong urge to understand his purpose. Thus, he embarks on a journey of self-discovery across the now treacherous realm, a quest that will bring forth revelations about the world he inhabits as well as its potential future. Divine Guardian features a large map comprised of diverse biomes inspired by Vietnamese culture, which can be explored in non-linear fashion, meaning that you get to choose the order in which to tackle your progression. There's also a strong emphasis on combat, with sharp controls and a diverse array of weapons allowing players to approach battle as they see fit. Of note here is that the game does boast some roguelite features which will give players the opportunity to replay the story and experience different outcomes, though if this works based on decisions you take during the game or on a different gameplay element is still unclear. I should mention that as of the time of creating this video, the game has an active Kickstarter running, the link of which you will find in the video description if you feel like supporting it. Divine Guardian V Than is expected to release sometime in 2024 and has been confirmed for PC, with further plans for Nintendo Switch if the game is successful. Next comes Druid Test of Faith, an action-adventure Metroidvania game situated within the genre of fantasy. Here you don the cloak of a young apprentice druid who finds the fate of the world's balance lying in his hands. With the help of dark elves, other humans, as well as the four elements of nature, our protagonist will need to travel across vast cities, dark caverns, sprawling deserts, and verdant forests while battling increasingly corrupted enemies as he tries to save the realm from destruction. The game will also feature an equipment system that allows you to arm yourself with different weapons, armor, and trinkets in order to tailor gameplay to your specific playstyle, as well as a bestiary to better examine your foes and decide on the best approach to eliminate them. Druid Test of Faith has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Following, we have Dvalloc, an action-adventure platformer Metroidvania title where dwarves take center stage. You are Dvalloc, a dwarf living in an underground village with your friends. One day, your fellows discover a mysterious rune that ends up being cursed, which nearly decimates your settlement and corrupts your comrades. Vowing to save them, you go on a mission to break them free of the rune's control and rebuild your village in the process. To that end, you will get to explore 4 diverse biomes boasting various enemies, including several main and optional bosses, as well as numerous secrets lost deep beneath the ground. The game also features a health crystal system that allows you to select and equip certain crystals that have a direct effect to your overall hit points, while also providing access to certain abilities depending on the type of crystal selected. Dvalloc has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Moving on, there's Frogreign, a pixel art action platformer Metroidvania that's all about freedom of movement. You embody Real, an anthropomorphic frog prince who's forced on the run after a devious cult overthrows the royal family from the throne and usurps their position. Exiled from his own kingdom, Real will have to traverse the depths of the realm in an effort to uncover the plot against his relatives and restore justice once and for all. What's special about Frogreign is that it relies a lot on acrobatic movement for Real to traverse the numerous areas of the land, with more than 10 unique biomes to explore and uncover uncover their secrets. There's also an equipment system in place that allows you to customize your gear based on the challenges you face at any given moment by balancing the advantages and detriments each piece of gear provides. Frogreign has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Farther down the path we have Hatone, an action platformer title with Metroidvania elements inspired by the aesthetics of old NES games. Hatone has you step into the boots of a henchman working for the clandestine order of the Illuminati, who is chosen to venture deep into a malevolent castle in order to carry out the will of the organization. To that end, you will have to put your courage to the test as you come across formidable bosses, insidious traps and treacherous foes while trying your best to uncover the secrets of the fortress. But whether the will of the Illuminati allies with your own values remains to be seen. With aesthetics and movement clearly influenced by games of the late 80s and early 90s, Hatone may shape up to become a very nostalgic experience for older gamers as well as an interesting point of reference for the younger ones. Hatone is expected to come out sometime in 2024 and has been confirmed for PC. Going onwards, there is Infinitevania, an action platformer title with Metroidvania elements and a big focus on combat, exploration, and platforming. Brandishing the blade of our blue-haired protagonist, you'll have to venture across 4 different worlds as you search for the power to destroy the core of something known as the Infinitevania. However, that's easier said than done, as each biome is home to more than 20 different types of enemies, as well as 4 brutal bosses that you will have to clash against on your way to achieve your goal. Foes aside, you'll also have to survive deadly traps and dangerous platforming segments, as well as solve tricky puzzles in order to move forward, but also to discover secrets in the form of upgrades that will make your life easier. Infinitevania has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Continuing our voyage, there's Lighthoof, an action-adventure Metroidvania game that places weight on snappy combat and precision platforming. The mountain of Essa is a perilous place, and one you will have to brave if you wish to realize your destiny as the Lighthoof Noah. Home to the petrified tree of the wishing wood and the infernal fungi of the burning quag among others, it's a realm you'll get to explore to its fullest by utilizing a variety of different abilities you will gain, which will be helpful both in exploration as well as combat. Of note here is the character upgrade mechanic the game features, known as the Energon customization system, which constantly balances your improvements by having you strengthen certain areas while weakening others as you choose what to level up between 9 different aspects such as fire, air, light, haste, and ice, just to name a few. It also encourages experimentation between the 9 aspects by allowing you to reassign points you may have already spent and try out different builds, which is a welcome feature. Lighthoof has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Coming up next, we have Neanderthallica, a humorous puzzle-adventure Metroidvania title with a science-fiction twist. Set in a prehistoric world, Neanderthallica hands you the club of a Neanderthal who embarks on an unforgettable quest through time in an effort to become the ultimate adventurer. While the game features a lot of interesting elements like puzzles to solve, a crafting system to create new gear, as well as a variety of different secrets to uncover, its unique spin lies on your ability to control the weather, which allows you to not only alter the environment and reveal new areas to explore, but also turn the tide of battle when used efficiently. Neanderthallica has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. A bit beyond there is Nixie, a science fiction action-adventure Metroidvania reminiscent of classic games from the NES and Sega Genesis era. You open your eyes and realize you're drifting in space while tucked within a spacecraft not much larger than your body. In the horizon you glimpse a large space colony while a calm voice echoes in your head. You are Nixie, an android, and the voice belongs to your creator, Dr. Lionel Abrams, who explains that you are to be sent on a mission to the space colony you are seeing, named Asteria, in order to rescue his son, who was believed to be long dead after a horrifying insurrection forced the human colonists to either run or perish. Thus, you land in an abandoned part of the colony and your mission begins. Asteria is a sprawling place that you'll be able to explore in non-linear fashion while you jump, glide, fling, wall climb, and pogo off enemies as you traverse each biome and discover well-hidden secrets. Of note here is the fact that when it comes to collectibles, you'll be able to find optional equipment that will upgrade Nixie's abilities, making it worthwhile to veer off the beaten path. Nixie has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Over yonder, we find Princess Pomu and the Five Moons, a pixel art action-adventure Metroidvania game with a violent edge. All Princess Pomulus von Goth VII really wants is to become an artist and leave the lands of Ile to find her mother. Unfortunately for her, things in her kingdom are disrupted when the realm is invaded by an army of mutated humans known as Cumans, who kill everyone and capture the royal family. In a twist of fate, the princess acquires demonic powers by opening an ancient sealed chest, and thus decides to use her newfound skills to fight back against the oppressors in brutal manner. The game places a lot of emphasis on combat, featuring an expansive combo system across 6 unique weapons and numerous abilities to find and master in order to beat your enemies to a pulp. That being said, there's something here for the explorers as well, since the world of Ile is filled to the brim with collectibles, including items that shed light to the lore and history of the land. Princess Pomu and the Five Moons has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Onward, there's Rage Rabbit, an action-adventure Metroidvania title with emphasis on fast-paced action and platforming. Here you enter a black and white world in the form of an anthropomorphic rabbit as you explore an imposing island haunted by mysterious shadows. Featuring unforgiving precision platforming as well as intense combat segments, Rage Rabbit definitely earns its name as it pits you against powerful bosses and deadly environments in an effort to make your life difficult. Thankfully, you will be able to find a variety of new abilities to ease your journey, both in terms of combat but also exploration, given that the island is home to not just foes but also secrets. Of note here is that the game features an equipment system that will allow you to customize your fighting experience as you see fit, as well as optional special challenges for you to overcome, proving your skill and earning rewards in the process. Rage Rabbit has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Then comes Stu, the first AI, an action-adventure Metroidvania that aims to mimic the style and feel of Super Metroid. The story unravels in a digital world where artificial life is proliferating and humans are struggling to control it. You are Bit, a self-aware artificial intelligence under the rule of Stu, a powerful AI that wants you to do its bidding and eradicate humankind. Thus, you'll have to make a choice between heeding the command of your master or trying to help humanity in its fight for survival. The game will have you exploring 5 large digital biomes full of secrets, puzzles, and foes, as well as more than 50 human characters that hold side quests for you to complete. Stu, the first AI, has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Third from the end, we have the Tale of Greenbrier, an action-adventure Metroidvania game with a charming art style. Set in a fantasy world, the Tale of Greenbrier narrates the fable of Genevieve Goldenglow, a mouse who embarks on a quest to save her village from destruction brought by an encroaching corruption. Her task will not be easy, as the realm is littered with twisted hostile creatures as well as ingenious puzzles and monstrous bosses. Thankfully, her journey will be made bearable as she uncovers arcane knowledge and new abilities to aid her in her struggle to save her settlement and in the process heal the world. The Tale of Greenbrier has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Nearing the finale, there's The Weird Dream, an action-adventure Metroidvania that focuses on intense combat and platforming. You awaken one day only to realize that you have been transformed into a rabbit and your home, Alpha City, has fallen and become overrun by monsters. Confused and wanting answers, you set off on a treacherous journey to discover the cause of your mutation as well as the reason behind the city's downfall. The Weird Dream boasts an incredible number of bosses, with more than 40 big bads wanting to have your head, as well as an expansive world of 7 distinct biomes with more than 300 intricately detailed areas to explore. Of interest here is that the world's lore will be revealed to you in over 80 comic pages you will be able to discover if you wish to dive deep into the setting's history. The Weird Dream is currently slated for release sometime in March of 2024 and has been confirmed for PC. Finally, we have Yesterdreamt, an action Metroidvania title that incorporates a fusion of elements from the Wild West, cosmic horror, and steampunk genres. In a world that constantly verges on the brim of being devoured by the endless void walks the Gunslinger, a void-touched warrior and protector of the realm. After calamity strikes, the world's shackles that keep the land anchored start weakening, the realm now drifting ever closer to oblivion. The story finds you crashing your vessel in an unknown place while you were on an escort mission. Now cut off from help, you have to face off against eldritch horrors as you struggle to return to civilization. Yesterdreamt utilizes twin-stick controls for its combat, allowing for 360-degree aiming as you shoot your way to safety. Combat aside, you'll also be able to explore the crumbling setting to find collectibles, including sigil cards that unlock powerful magic for you to utilize. Yesterdreamt has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. What did you think of these games? Did you already know about them? Are you planning to try any of them out? Let me know in the comments below and feel free to point out any obscure titles you may have come across. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, Soulsborne Seeker out!